Big news, look! Oh, the fire extinguisher suppression system has arrived. Look at it. Just look at it. Well, thank you very much everyone for your support. I was genuinely, when I first did the sponsorship thing, A, I didn't know what I was doing, and B, I wasn't expecting anybody to be interested enough in the project to want to sponsor anything at all. But for you to help sponsor the fire suppression system for the Rally Mini, I am genuinely gobsmacked. Because this is not a cheap bit of kit. It's a requirement for us to be able to go rallying, and without this we can't do it. And it's a life-saving piece of kit as well, you know. So again, I don't know how to thank you enough. I really don't. But thank you very much. Your support, as always, is hugely appreciated. And I'd like to thank another person anonymously for getting this to the Isle of Wight. As I said, we couldn't get it posted to the island, but they basically went and got it for me. So brilliant. Thank you so much. Just fits. Now this, I don't know if I want to call it a design flaw, but it is a bit awkward. So it tees off the fire extinguisher, and the idea is one of these pipes needs to go to the engine bay and one of the pipes needs to go to the footwell, drivers and passenger footwell. We'll tee off later. And these are pretty much designed to lay flat. This is how they come in a cradle. And so you're always going to have this T in either this position where it goes straight up, straight down, or horizontal, straight out, and bizarrely enough straight towards the fire extinguisher, or somewhere in the middle. What it really wants is, I don't know, maybe some options, something other than a T, doesn't it? Because no matter where I put it, it's either going to have to come up in the air and then come back down again, or it's going to go really tight towards the floor. It just, I don't know. I don't know which way to do it. Last night I was in here trying to figure out where I'm going to put the nozzles. Here we go, look, I've got one there that's facing down in towards that sort of exhausty, you know, where the you've got to think, and this is what basically the blue book says, you've got to try and work at position them so they're most effective. So as we all know, with a classic Mini, the big risk is fuel going down onto the exhaust and catching fire. So hopefully that one's going to be pointing in that direction. Got another one under there, look. That one's pointing at the tray, basically at the air box, because there's a good chance that fuel may, you know, jettison out the back of the carb or underneath the carb and lay in the tray. So that's really good. I'm going to put another one there, pointing in the same sort of direction. There's absolutely no point me putting another one like that over here because there's just too much stuff in the way. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to have one positioned maybe here, because we've got oil at the front. It's petrol at the back, oil at the front, and electrics, of course. So it'd be nice maybe to have one sort of pointing towards the front. Bizarrely enough, what I've been making those brackets out of, one of my favourite little things that I like to do, is these, look. Everyone's got a bunch of those in your shed, and I seem to accumulate an awful lot of them. And I think they're great for making all sorts of brackets, and that's what those are made for. So obviously drill that out to the right size so that the nozzle fits in, and hey, I've got an instant bracket. Okay, so I've got my hose, this aluminium hose, which has got like this plastic coating on it. Got my pipe cutter, so all I need to do is connect the fire extinguisher to the nozzles via a bunch of these push fit connectors. And to get inside the car, we've got one of these push fit connectors that is actually a bulkhead connector. So I guess one of the first jobs is to open up that hole which I've saved for the fire extinguisher to whatever diameter that is, fit that in and go from the fire extinguisher to the bulkhead. That's the first job. In fact, I might go from the bulkhead connector to the fire extinguisher, just because I know I can get to this easier. No, this is the hardest bit. That's the easy bit. Let's get the hose on the hard bit first. Eat that frog. So that runs up the front, through the cross member. I've got my brackets that can hold it all down in place. And now I just need to attach it to the fire extinguisher. So here's the bulkhead connector coming out of here. I've got these T-pieces. So that is going to come up and sit about there, tee off. It's going to go all the way around here. And then that needs to tee off to another two sections. So that's going to go there. And then this one is going to go back to that nozzle. This one is going to come around here to that nozzle. And I need to do that to basically every set of nozzles in the car. So let's crack on. Right, there we go. That's the fire suppression system installed. And I'll tell you what, it was probably one of the most enjoyable things to do in this build, apart from wiring. You know I love wiring. This definitely comes second. The hardest part was figuring out where to put the nozzles. Once I've sussed out where they wanted to go and I've fabricated the brackets, connecting the pipes was an absolute joy. It just went pop, 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 and it was done. Having the plates in the back seat, you know, those aluminium plates, one for the battery, one for the fire extinguisher, and one as a spare, that was great because I can't imagine how difficult that would have been or annoying to have positioned it somewhere and not liked it and then having to re-drill holes in the car. So being able to do it on that plate helped massively. And hopefully it's going to help when it comes to servicing the fire extinguisher as well, because I can just undo those 4 bolts and pop the thing out. On that little nutshell, is that a real phrase? It is now. On that, servicing. Now the fire extinguishers need to be serviced every 2 years. Bit of a bum, but those are the rules. How much it costs to get those serviced, I don't know. Obviously it's nothing compared to buying new fire extinguishers, but we'll see that. So we've got 2 years worth of use. No, yes. Don't know how to even describe that. Every 2 years, they need to be sent away to be checked, emptied and refilled. It's good, it's safety. Those are the rules, as they say. The other thing that was challenging was making sure that the pull cable for us, so the driver and navigator, was in the right position. I came up with all sorts of ideas of a little bracket down by the gear knob. I made all sorts of rubbish. But in the end, I decided to position it where the choke cable is, or the heater cable, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget there's a pin that goes in the back. That's to stop you from accidentally setting off the fire extinguishers when you don't need to, or to stop absolute arseholes from pulling the T-handle on the scuttle panel when you're at the traffic lights. That would be disastrous, wouldn't it? So yeah, the little pin goes in there. Got to remember, and it is obviously the rules, that pin is removed before you go into stage arrival. So that's one of the things we need to add to the checklist for our first rally. Before you go off on stage 1, make sure the pin is out. Right, thank you very much to everybody who helped fund the fire suppression system for the Rally Mini. I'm very humbled by your generosity. Thank you very much. The original plan was to make a banner that goes on the inside, basically like a door card, but in the back. It's a little bit busy back there, so I'm going to come up with another plan. Not sure what it is, but I'll tell you what else I'm definitely going to do. I'm going to make some banners up that I can put up around the service area at the rally, just to show my appreciation for your generosity. The Rally Mini is almost complete. However, as they say, it's the last 10% that takes 90% at the time. No, maybe we're a bit further than that. Okay, there's a lot of things that need to be done before it can have its Motorsport UK passport. And that is exactly what the next episode's all going to be about. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.